run defensive Genji on this map in particular before. There's no real reason to give up that information early on. Bud's right, of course. The reason why he went for the Bastion there was if there was a crazy drop-down ambush strategy, he would be ready with the immediate punish. It was not just, hey guys, I'm trolling and picking Bastion. No, it actually had a reason.
Yeah, I always want to do that, Cheese. Pub games, they never want to do it. I don't know. I think it's fun, it's risky, but they're going to dive down here. They're going to have the height advantage, the defending side, but they're going to have to make a stand soon. If they get around this arch, it's going to be one fight, and they're going to cap this first point.
Faze's defense here is very straightforward. They're going for brute force, nothing in the server room, nothing on the high ground, which can work, but I also think they're giving up some of the better aspects of Gibraltar defense here and making this perhaps a little bit easier for Fnatic. Fnatic right now, they're pushing it right up, and again, they can take this a straight fight on level ground. Not guaranteed to win it, but I think they have to be pretty happy with this here thus far. We'll see if they can convert.
Yeah, as the defenders, you're looking for some kind of advantage in composition-wise. They don't have it. Coolmat taking out his counterpart. Zom's going down. Zarya versus Zarya. What's interesting, what's going to happen here at 5v6, can they break them on this first point?
Well, Fnatic right now, definitely the big edge. Nambu's going to be coming out onto the Zarya, so Coolmat saying, I'm just going to melt everyone down with my microwave. Looking for it right now, hasn't quite gotten the value off of that. Fnatic, though, still in a commanding position, applying quite a bit of pressure. Faze, though, they're bending back, not yet breaking. Shadowburn can actually bust this wide open with a very good self-destruct here. Fnatic being relatively hesitant and committing. They're really holding in the server room.
Yeah, both teams being so patient, so showing why they are in the semi-final, but it's about to get very interesting as Zoms almost have his Graviton. He just gets it, and Coolmat doesn't quite have his just yet.
This is where Zoms could put a dagger in Fnatic right now, push them right back. There's the Graviton, and there is the self-destruct from the back. But what a great shield by Stoop! Stops it from hitting his team, but look at that, Factor Fiction going in off the opening, drops the hammer, and Stoop, unfortunately, cannot be in two places at one time. Could not defend both that and the Earth Shatter very effectively.
You gotta wonder, though. You saw Factor Fiction was right up on them swinging. If he charged and could take out Stoop, that was going to be a full wipe, and they would have saved an extra ultimate. I wonder if he didn't have his charge quite up, but that's a little miscoordination coming out of the Faze team, the Faze clan right now, but they still have a lot of weapons. They have 3 ultimates at the top left, and that ever so important. Lucio dropped the beat, but on the top right, Coolmat, the star player for Fnatic coming out, he's going to have a lot of opportunities.
Absolutely, and I kind of wish Faze was a little bit more spread out right now because this is going to give Coolmat a really nice ground time. Pulls in, immediately grabs 3, a nice fire strike, cleaving damage coming into it right away. Too easy to fall immediately. Zoms in a world of hurt. The sound barrier is almost wasted perhaps from Faze. It comes out very late to fight, and usually that doesn't work out well. It will give them a jolt of energy to try and defend this, but because they're down people, they're already in such a bad spot that now they're opening themselves up to a snowball and hanger.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to see. It could have definitely been held a little bit longer. Raucus being the only one that benefited greatly from that. It was a wasted ultimate, and we're going to have to see a little bit of adjustments here from Faze. They're not going to have an opportunity. And
look at that, they're just cleaning up the people coming out of spawn. That is the dreaded spot on Gibraltar, where if you just lose point A, you spawn there, you can't get out. They chain Forsaken Step, and Fnatic now going to give themselves even more momentum coming into this phase. And ult-wise, it's relatively even between the two teams, but this next fight can be so important for Faze to set momentum and let them reestablish their defense.
Happy-Cool actually overextended and got picked off, so it looks like Fnatic are going to be a little defensive here. Faze want to push the issue. They want to hem them in this corner, hem them in this room, and kind of close the distance before Happy-Cool can come back, try to get a 6v5, but they're not in the position with Too Easy being so far back. They can't really do much. Factor Fiction holding the cart, but it looks like they're going to get in position to drop down.
They're dropping down, and they're going right back onto the payload. Earthshatter being dropped by Factor Fiction, knocked down about 2. I don't know if the follow through is there, but here comes the self-destruct in from Shadowburn, blows Buds right up. 2 kills here from Faze, but it's still even. Fnatic could win this fight. However, with Custa going down to Coolmat on the ropes, not as likely.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen for them just yet. Shadowburn actually picking up 2 more kills. He's had a great game on D.Va. He's sectioning off that baby. I would like to see them stagger a little bit more. I don't think it was quite necessary to take out Happy-Cool there, but all in all, great play from Shadowburn. I would really like to see Factor Fiction diving, so just that explosiveness off the combo, they're going to be able to get a lot more off the Zarya bombs. He hasn't been able to take out Stoop just yet.
That was a very important fight for Faze 2. It lets them reestablish here in the hangar, buys them at least 2 to 3 minutes compared to Fnatic had won the fight. And now Fnatic stuck trying to figure out how to engage on this. Not the easiest, but look at that. He's going to pump Reinhardt right down. A great D.Va play from Hafikul. That was surgical. And here comes Fnatic. Fullbat holding on to that Graviton. Might not even need it because Stoop says, I got you, fam. Knocks down 2. And this is a brilliant, awesome engage by Fnatic.
Yeah, an awesome engage indeed. And you can see Faze is kind of all over the place. They're going to actually use the nano boost on Too Easy. You got to question that. He doesn't have much. He's about to get his ultimate, but it's going to be on the tail end of this fight. He's going to pop it. Can he do it?
And that is a caster curse in process as Too Easy was in the back line pulling it back. Fnatic started this fight off really well, and it still might end well, but FaZe does a great job of getting some pickoffs there that they probably shouldn't have gotten and stalling things out. Fnatic, though, they are rolling forward, and they're able to keep the Graviton. So, that ends well as they find D.Va towards the end. Sound Barrier comes out in a rush. We'll see if Fnatic can deal with this, though, but there's a Graviton. 3 people getting sucked in, and Stoop right there for the fall through.
Yeah, and Factor Fiction not in position to save his teammates with that shield. I mean, they tried to bring it back at the last second, getting picked off, getting hooked. There's a lot of support there for that baby D.Va. It wasn't enough. Raucus actually went down as well. So now you look at the board, and you can see that Shadowborn does have his ultimate, but he can't really combo it with much. D.Va ult is something that you actually have to use in cohesion with a few other ultimates, but 2 minutes left on the clock, this third leg being actually very hard to attack on.
Absolutely. Shadowborn's gonna have to channel his own inner Kakai right now in terms of unassisted D.Va kills, but Too Easy, hooked right in by Buds, creates an opening now for Fnatic. Zom's actually really overdiving there, lucky not to get immediately picked off. And this is really good for Fnatic. They're trying to fight back the poke war. Factor Fix and Shield's going to fall here in a moment. It is a 6v5, and Fnatic, there's the Earth Shatter. The shield was down, knocks down 3. Counter Graviton is out, but because of the Earth Shatter, I don't think the fall through is there.
Yeah, Shadowborn actually uses his D.Va Bomb, picks off 1. It was okay. He got 2 at the end, and it looks like FaZe are going to be able to hold on. More importantly, that fight was so extended. You could see a minute left on the clock, and it looks like Fnatic are going to have to back up. Kasa running for his life. Can he get around the corner? No, he cannot. And that's going to be a little extra stagger. A minute left for Fnatic, and they do have a 2 ult advantage. Raucus is going to be the one for FaZe that's going to have to come in big and choose who's going to get that nano boost. Factor Fiction going to be the most likely target, but we have seen them experiment with other choices in the past.
They absolutely have, and here comes Fnatic right now. Kasa gonna open up with the nano boost on the Stoop. He's been the common target, but a nice sleep dart puts him out. Factor Fiction into backline on the Hafikul. This is pretty good here for FaZe. Remember, they do have the defender's respawn advantage. They can trade out, but right now they're looking just to win outright instead as Too Easy picks up a little bit more.
Yeah, and a great combination. Raucus hitting the sleep dart. As soon as he comes back up, the nano boost is completely wasted. And then Too Easy, knowing the timing, knowing when he has to be in position, gets the hook. And there's 20 seconds left.
This is do or die here for Fnatic. They're really going to be dependent on the Sound Barrier from Vonethil, giving them this big open opportunity, but Zombs can end it with the Graviton, waiting for it, does pull in 2. Fnatic diving in. They're all in this Graviton right now, but the nice Sound Barrier by Vonethil keeps everyone up and healthy. The hog pushes people back. They have to get on the payload. 1 second left remaining, and they do cause overtime, but because they sacrifice positioning, Huck, they're getting mopped up by this FaZe squad.
Yeah, the great Earth Shatter from Factor Fiction, hitting 5 people, laying them all down. Easy to pick them up. Hafikul being the last person on point, and this is going to be a closed out. Not bad from FaZe. I feel like they're very happy with this defense so far.
They are absolutely happy with this defense, and it's interesting because of how quickly this game could have gone the other way. If you think about that very first attack that came out from Fnatic, they actually did get an early pickoff. They had a decent window of a 6v5, and then FaZe was able to do enough in terms of dealing poke damage, making Fnatic feel uncomfortable. Fnatic regroups in the server room, gives FaZe the opportunity to get everyone back up, and then, even though there was not a whole lot of subtlety to the FaZe defense, they just simply fought it straight up time and time again and ended up drawing a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah, that's something I noticed about C9 in particular as well when they went against Envious. They lose every fight. They're barely on the kill feed, but it seems like they can drag out these fights for as long as possible. So despite them losing every fight very badly, basically, they stagger so hard. They stay on that point. They make sure they fight for every inch. And then by the time you get to that third leg, you get to that final point, it seems like there's just not enough time.
Indeed, and now we're going to take a look at the Fnatic defense here. Now, remember, let's not write off Fnatic just yet on this map. Their strong point in Overwatch has been their defense.
Yes.
And I'm curious to see what defensive set they run here, because even though Faze's defense worked out, it probably isn't the most academic way of playing defense on Watchpoint Gibraltar first. They did make things a little bit too easy for Fnatic in terms of opportunities, but they sort of went through in raw skill.
Yeah, too easy indeed. In general, I like Faze when they're attacking more. I mean, we talk about how momentum-based they are, how explosive they are. This is the opportunity for Shadowbird to really show up for his team. He's going to start on this Genji most likely. We'll see if he switches in this last 10 seconds, but I expect that he sticks on it. He's going to have a lot of trouble blowing up any target, but if he can get on Custa, if he can dodge those sleep darts, that is basically where Faze can see that they'll set a great time here on this map and hopefully take it to OT.
So for Faze, they will be reliant here on Shadowburn. And bear in mind, granted, ult charge builds a little bit slower nowadays. And oh my goodness, an early hook to start this off. Reinhardt was sleeping, puts Happy Cool in a bad position. He is able to get fully healed, but if he was knocked out of his neck, that would have been very, very big. Yeah,
that was a very dangerous situation, and it simply came off the Reinhardt getting slept. You could see that D.Va had to come up to support him, gets hooked, and it kind of snowballed a little bit, but they recomposed, and now they're going to have to set up their defense. It looks like they're going to be taking a similar position to which Faze took in the last.
This is a little bit surprising for Fnatic, given that they do like better setups, but here they are, rushing right in the Faze. They see an opportunity, but Buds ends up dying the too easy, so now 65 here from Faze. Shadowburn, as we mentioned, he's one of the best garbage men in the business for cleaning up a fight, and he is rolling back and forth. So are the rest of Faze, and this defense not actually looking very good at all inside of Fnatic.
No, and it was a very interesting tactic that we've seen Fnatic take before on King's Row. They say, hey, this is where we're defending. They're very execute-based, and Too Easy met Buds. Buds was trying to flank us at Roadhog, gets around the corner, but actually gets chased down, and as soon as Too Easy saw that target, they call out, move to the left, they dove them, and Faze exploded, did a great job, and you can see that in Factor Fiction having his ultimate ASAP.
So the one upside here for Fnatic, if there can be an upside for just getting wrecked that hard on first, is that they are fully reset up here for second if they can win this fight. But no, they're just set up to die once more. 2 quick kills coming out here from Faze, and the pain train keeps on coming. Fnatic looking lost and confused right now, and I don't know what that was at all. A late Graviton self-destruct combo, but with so many people on Fnatic dead, does not seem wise.
Yeah, what you really need there is either the shield has to be broken or you have to have an option to take it out. And when you don't have that, I mean, Factor Fiction's going to sit there all day, and with, on the opposite side, Stu being taken out so early, they did not have that option to charge through the Reinhardt shield to make that play.
Here comes Faze right now, fully loaded. They have Graviton, they have Dragon Blade, and they're going to use both in kind. Shadowburn gets that back line, gets one, looking for the Lucio. He's on support duty, and he finds him, cuts him down in midair. Big plays coming out from Shadowburn, and no, he didn't care about the Graviton. He just wanted to get everyone that was in the Graviton.
Yeah, an interesting choice. I think he's really scared of going up against Custer, or he's afraid he can't get through that. I think either way it works out, but I would have loved to seen him just clean up on the tanks. I mean, you got the Nano Boost, you got the Blade. I understand they're big boys. You're going to have what it takes generally to take them out. Of Factor Fiction using his ultimate, I want to say this is really sloppy, but Fnatic going to use the Lucio ult as well. They're not going to be able to touch the point. Yeah, maybe. Barely they do, and they're going to hold on for a little bit longer, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And at this point, they're just staggering themselves.
This has been a terrible crunching right now from Faze on the Fnatic. Fnatic staggering in, using ultimates where they don't need to use ultimates. It is a slop fest coming from Fnatic. This is very unexpected. He got, oh no! Custa going the fall here. If we had a full stat total right now, it'd be along the lines of something like 42-3 or something in favor of Faze. Yeah. This has been nothing but sheer brutality.
Rock is hitting some great sleep darts, and Shadowburn just used Genji Blade. Gets it again. They got 5 minutes. Fnatic still setting up off of that stagger. It looks like they're going to have to make a hold here. If they don't do it, Faze will be taking this map. We will be going to that tiebreaker.
Well, the self-destruct comes in, gives Duke the opportunity to get the pin on the Factor Fiction. 5v5 right now, but guess what? Shadowburn not going to get to the health pack. Cut down in his prime. Big pick off there from Happinpool. This cut him down and stop the Dragon Blade from coming in if he was going to go for it. But this is very rough here for Fnatic, because now take a look at the ultimates coming in for Faze. Fnatic has almost nothing to defend this, and they can't defend it last. They have to defend right here. Here comes Shadowburn in over the top. Dragon Blade at the ready. Nano boost on him. Looking for the pickoffs. Actually not getting very much with this. But meanwhile, on the point. The ground taunt comes in. It's 3 kills from the side of FaZe, and they are very close, Huck, to taking Gibraltar in style. It's looking like that's exactly what they're going to do.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to